Greetings, CBE. Greetings, Reverend Domnic Misolo, and congratulations on your Micah Award. My name is Emily Nielsen Jones. I'm calling in from Boston, Massachusetts in the United States.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Reverend Domnic Misolo from Bondo, Kenya.
Great.
The Girl Child and Her Long Walk to Freedom, Putting Faith to Work Through Love to Break Ancient Chains.
It is my great honor to add my congratulations to Reverend Domnic Misolo, my friend and partner in crime for over 10 years. I want to give a deep bow to you for your brave work and for your solidarity with the female half of the human family. I first met Domnic actually at a CBE conference. And I have to admit, I was sitting out in the hallway while Domnic was presenting a workshop where he was discussing traditions in his area, which included female genital mutilation or female genital cutting. And I have to admit, I was glad that I was sitting out in the hallway. His workshop was full and I could hear him, but I couldn't see the images, which I was glad about. But I could hear the spirit of his voice. I could hear the brave solidarity. I could also hear kind of a scrappy, we're not gonna let faith be on the side of bad things. And I walked up to him after the workshop and we had a really good conversation. I would also add that I am the founder of the Imago Dei Fund, and we are a proud supporter of Domnic's work. His work is to change minds and hearts, to dig into the Bible and into the inner knowing that lives inside of each of us, to work to find what's the real moral of the story in the Bible and what really is true. So we are honored right now to do a shameless infomercial for a project we started together called The Girl Child and Her Long Walk to Freedom. We launched this about 3 years ago, and this was a way to create sort of a laboratory for seekers and anyone who identifies with faith to dig a little deeper into our own hearts and minds, our Bibles, and our inner knowing, to really ask, what is the ideal for humankind? Is this really God's natural order that we live under this system of male dominionism? Or is this something we created? So we thought we'd just tell you a little bit about the why of the project and then the what of the project. And we invite you to join us. And please forgive us if there's a little, any glitches in this presentation. We're working to do, see a shutterfly, oh gosh. We're working to do this remotely and this is the first time, so we'll see if it works. Okay, Domnic.
Never forget that it only takes one political, economic, or religious crisis for women's rights to be put in jeopardy. Those rights are never to be taken for granted. You must remain vigilant throughout your life. Simon de Bonje.
This is a quote that I have heard recently. We all know that the needle is sliding backwards for girls and women in Afghanistan, and this is not unique. So the other quote we have here, it is afternoon for us, but morning for our daughters. This really captures the why behind the work that Domnic and I are doing individually and together. So when I met Domnic, I was in the stage of my own journey where I had a young daughter who was about 9 years old, which is the age when a lot of bad things happen to girls around the world. And that gave me a little bit of a mother bear impulse as I was engaging globally with philanthropy and global development, anti-trafficking. And everywhere I went, the storyline was the same. The needle was moving forward, but started to shift backwards. And this really is what animates our work. I started seeing this in my own religious pond in the United States, American evangelicalism, where all these church plants were starting right around where I live in the Boston area, where only men could be in leadership. And it mirrored what I was seeing around the world. So when I met Domnic, I was in this probably very cute season of spiritual awakening and also heartache as I saw what the gender norms were around the world. And my question to myself and in my spiritual journey was, how could this be in the 21st century? And I met Domnic and I listened to Domnic's story, and he was asking a similar question: what's going on here? Domnic, could you share just a little bit about your journey as a boy growing up and how this question animated a part of you during your childhood?
Thank you so much, Emily. Hi, everyone, again. I was brought up in a polygamous family in a rural village in Bondo, where actually my father married 3 wives. My mother was the second wife with 12 children. I could see living with my father and my mother when my father actually was wielding much power over my mother. And frequently I could see my father hitting my mother more frequently, and they were fighting, and actually he was putting my mother down, killing her like a child. I could not tell what was going on because I could not understand why 2 adults were fighting, and more adults, one is wielding more power over the other. Going to the church in my Sunday school, I could also see male leadership in church, and regularly we could not see any woman actually leading in our local church. Again, going to our local barasa, where actually we have administrative chiefs leading the community, I could see all chiefs and all the assistants to be men. I thought that this is something that is unique, that is queer. And I asked the big question, what is going on here? Is it this is the natural order, or this is something that is man-made?
We wanted to share a video which really animates the spirit of the reading journey. We created this with an amazing team, and we want to offer it now as sort of an abridged version of the reading journey and a short explainer of why we need to do this work.
Girl child, can you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be?
Deep down, I've always believed in myself and known I'm just as good as anyone else. But lately, I notice that the world treats me differently because I'm a girl. From sunrise to sunset, my sisters and I do chores at home, while my brothers get to do whatever they want. And I see my mother carry the full burden of tending to our family. In church, they don't like when I ask questions, so I've learned to sit quietly. In the street, I see girls who walk in fear, as mothers warn their daughters not to give men the wrong idea. Everywhere I look, the world tells me I'm inferior, but this does not feel true. What's going on here?
Girl child, you are right to question.
Who? Do I know you?
I am your mother's mother and her mother's mother. I am the mother of all.
Then you must know why the world treats us this way. Please tell me, how did this come to be?
Well, it is complicated, and there are many overlapping theories, but we do know that these traditions were man-made long, long ago. It was not always like this. In the beginning, men and women walked side by side together, valued equally as hunters and gatherers. Eventually, we began to settle down. Around this time, we elevated the idea of property and the need to own land and control a workforce. Men became protective of what was theirs, which led to fighting. Sexual violence against women became a weapon of war. Conquerors enslaved women as concubines. Men felt entitled to own and take on many wives, even in times of peace. As their wealth grew, so did the desire to give males an inheritance. Girls came to be seen as property, valued primarily for their sexual purity and ability to have children. They were exchanged between families for a price. Many girls were subjected to traditions aimed at preserving their purity and family honor. Many are still practiced today. It is this domination that gave birth to all forms of slavery and how women became the world's first slaves. It is how patriarchy and the ethic of male honor became the norm. Patriarchy was woven into our civilizations, our laws, economies, philosophies, sciences, and especially our religions. It is everywhere, and it is invisible. It's no accident that we replaced ancient images of God as both male and female with images of God as a man.
But haven't we made progress since those times?
In some ways, yes. But in many ways, we're still moving in the wrong direction.
But what can I do when patriarchy is everywhere? I can't turn my back on my family or on my faith.
There is a spiritual path to liberation in the Bible and other religious traditions, but we must be brave and question what isn't working. Women and men, girls and boys, even the earth itself are suffering under the domination of patriarchy. To heal our land, we must bravely untangle our traditions from this oldest oppression. What was made by our hand can also be unmade. We must keep walking the Exodus path from slavery to the freedom of the promised land. Imagine if we could re-know the beautiful world that was meant for all God's children.
A world where girls can grow up feeling safe and equally valued?
A world where both boys and girls grow up to be all they were meant to be. Girl child, your curiosity has set you on a path many others have walked before you. Because of their work, we know the way forward, but there's a lot more to do and more truths to discover. Are you ready to take this journey with me?
What is this mountain we are seeking to move today in the 21st century? It has amply been called gendercide and lives on in a continuum of traditional ideas and practices which are so shrouded in religion as its main sanction and are manifest in the whole continuum of heartbreaking because I am a girl child factor on the ground. Feel free to peruse our website to read this infographic again or use them in your work to shine light on this intolerable status quo that steals childhood from too many of our world girls.
Globally, girls spend 160 million more hours on chores per day than boys their same age.
Every 2 seconds, a girl becomes a child bride. Equals to 33,000 girls every day and equals to 15 million girls every year. This from World Economic Forum.
And pregnancy is a leading cause of death for girls ages 15 to 19 worldwide.
132 million girls are out of school around the world. 34.3 million primary school, 30 million lower secondary school, and 67.4 million upper secondary school.
200 plus million girls and women alive today have undergone female genital mutilation. 3 million girls are estimated to be at risk of undergoing female genital mutilation every year. The majority of girls are cut before they turn 15 years old.
1 in 3 girls throughout the world will experience physical and or sexual violence by a partner or sexual violence by a non-partner in their lifetime.
70 to 80% of trafficking victims are women and girls.
70% of the 1.3 billion people in poverty worldwide are women, according to United Nations estimates.
Women and girls have made tremendous strides toward achieving equal human rights, yet there remains much more work for all of us to do. Why aren't we there yet? What's going on here? Learn more about the reality, opportunities, and standing of women and girls globally. Please check out our website, www.girlchildlongwalk.org. So we are so honored to invite you all, CBE attendees, to join the 3rd cohort of our Girl Child Long Walk reading journey. This is an opportunity for you to really dig deeper into your own soul, into your own Bible, into your own tradition, to ask, what is it that is emancipating for all of us as human beings related to faith? The Girl Child Long Walk reading journey explores how to put faith to work through love so women and girls may truly flourish and all of us as human beings live together in interdependence rather than hierarchy. So let me just, that was our main infomercial, but I wanted to just share that we have a few resources on our website. This is a summary of the reading journey, which begins on International Day of the Girl in the beginning of October and ends in March on International Women's Day, roughly speaking. It's designed to be sort of a spiritual journey, a pilgrimage. And if you look at this infographic here, the main work is getting into the deeper roots of this iceberg, this mountain of gender-based oppression. And if you get on our website, you can read this infographic. It gives like a roadmap of where we're going. I wanted to share this Zen proverb, the obstacle is the path. It's a little depressing, but we can't just complain about the problem. We can't just opine about the problem. We actually have to go through it. So if you look at this infographic, this iceberg in the middle with roots underneath the soil, underneath the water, and then branches manifesting in our world, we need to actually go back and just learn about the ancient roots of this most ancient oppression. As M. Scott Peck once said, the great awareness comes slowly. The path of spiritual growth is a path of lifelong learning. And this reading journey, which we're inviting you to, is part of your spiritual journey, part of the human quest. And we hope that it will be, if you join us, will be an enriching experience. So this is just a short outline. We go through, part of the journey is to go back and look at the enslavement that girls and women have experienced going back many millennia. So these are, because I'm a girl, facts on the ground. Every chapter in the reading journey really dives into each one of these realities. As you see, if you look at these, there are some more optimistic, hopeful facts on the ground, including that Eden is at hand and that we are part of co-creating this world that we want for all of our world's girls and for all of us as human beings. As Gerda Lerner once said, the system of patriarchy is a historic contract construct. It has a beginning, it will have an end. I just wanted to share one more resource. This is a sequel to the original video explainer. We created it with an organization called DAI. It's called Rebecca's Story. Things Are Not Always As They Seem. And this is a story of a young woman who encountered sexual and gender-based oppression in her childhood, and she kind of forgot about it. And then she got involved in a church where she was eager to serve, but she was marginalized. And she connected a lot of dots and connected that the two of them went together. And it's a beautiful story. We encourage you to watch it. We don't have time to watch it now. One more thing I wanted to add is that we have started a Girl Child Long Walk Fellows program. So these amazing 14 individuals from all over the world will be leading the Girl Child Long Walk reading journey. So if you join, you might have one of these people as your journey team leader. We invite you to get on our website, www.girlchildlongwalk.org, and sign up. The sign up ends on September 22nd. And we'd love for you to consider joining individually or to invite someone, a group in your church or people in your neighborhood, anyone who you think might be interested in rolling up their sleeves to dive a little deeper into the ancient roots of male dominionism, which are really harming our world and which we see flaring up in many places, including Afghanistan. I'd love to just, for a moment, oops, this is not going forward, just hold in our hearts the girls and women in Afghanistan. They are our sisters, and we just pray for them. And we thank you all for being on this journey with us. We know that CBE and everyone who attends this conference is on this journey with us. And we would love for you to join us if you are able in this third cohort of the reading journey. And again, our motivation is to make sure the needle moves forward for girls and women and for the whole human family. And the last slide, which I'm not able to get up on the screen right now, is it's a beautiful quote that says, what is faith? To have faith is to have wings. So, oh, here it is. So we wish you, Domnic and I, many blessings as you continue on your journey, as you continue in this conference. And we invite you to roll up your sleeves with us and really dig deeper for the liberating essence that lies at the core of faith. And we invite you to follow the girl child on this long walk to freedom, the Exodus path to the world that we all know is possible. Another world is on her way. We can hear her breathing. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Bye, CBE. We hope this worked. We're amateurs in this, and we are with you all. And we thank you for your work, CBE. It's really important in this world. Amen.
Amen.